Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me again. Please read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast. Like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. We've got gist. Tell all of them that Mayegun is back. Suraki. Thank you very much. When you are reading about a state capture, where criminals are the ones ruling the country, Nigeria fits in so well in that description, and I will show it to you. You know, we usually call Nigeria a crime scene. Nigeria is the conglomeration of most of the political criminals, the political animals you can come across on the surface of this earth. They are very, very vicious and visionless. They are very selfish and self-centered. And they rule their own world. The bubble that is about to burst. Share this if you haven't already. Mayegun today, and thank you so much for joining me again. So most of our new members of the temple, if we haven't really welcomed you to the temple of truth, you're welcome. There are some few things you need to know, okay? Just a little bit of, caveats. Almost 100% of the videos on Mayegun's Diary Political are streamed live. Yeah, I mean, and unscripted as well. So they mostly bordered on the current happenings. And the way we do it here is that we have a two parts to every broadcast that you might come across on Mayegun's Diary Political. It is mostly 3 hours. So the first part is where Mayegun, like this, I can gist you. Depends on how you see it. I can keep you consciously awake politically. I can make you be more interested in what is happening than just the headlines. So doing so means, so most of the time, one, we have to wait for others to join us. There is no single part of this broadcast that is not with its own message. See the first 2 minutes. Mayegun don't come, yo, yo. If you listen to the lyrics, to those who understands, right, you can tell it is the music is introducing you to this platform and what it is all about. If you can't take it, because most of what Mayegun will say, ordinary person in Nigeria, if they say most of them, they will end up in jail or they will get fined. These are just to tell you that I am talking about the politics of a place, the politicians of a place, and the government of a place that is pretentiously democratic or says they are practicing democracy, but they are actually practicing gangsterism. It is a place where anything goes. And to cover it up, they criminalized free speech. So the music tells you about that on Mayegun's diary political, don't worry. If you can't say them, there is a way Mayegun will say them. He won't pay any fine and he won't go to any jail. So you can obviously relax, sit back and relax and understand the people ruining Nigeria better. You get that? Now that's the first part of the music. The other one that just plays behind the scene before we kick off, that one too in Yoruba is saying the same thing. Godfatherism. That simply means that I can be your friend now. Maybe because I'm talking about the people you don't like. Sure, you know that generally, we all believe that we don't like the politicians. They are liars, they are betrayers, they are this, and that. But what some of us don't want to admit is that we have politicians we don't like and we have politicians we like for whatever sentimental reason. So this platform makes you understand that, listen, it's okay. It is okay for you to probably, love your oppressors differently. However, it is also very much okay to understand the roles they are playing in helping to destroy you economically. So you have that chance. So I may be talking about the ones you don't like now. And I am going to be the best person. Oh my God, this guy gets sense. I've had that many times. Then tomorrow you may tune in and I'm talking about maybe your pastor. And that may throw you off the edge. Well, Benny, talk about politics, leave pastor. That is why on Mayegun's diary political, every audience, everyone in this audience will actually know where they belong in the scheme of things, how Nigeria got destroyed to what it is today. You will know where you belong. You can easily say, Omo, if you get passion, people who don't like me are mostly people who are hypocrites. Okay? They are either those who have their own people they don't like and they want me. No, sorry. The people they don't like, for example, right? I don't know most of their reasons. So, okay. Now, people they don't like, if they realize that Mayegun don't like them too, Mayegun is my friend. But when they realize that people they like, Mayegun don't like them as well because the way it treats them, they are like, so there will be conflict of interest. So mine is just so you know that if you really want to mentally free yourself, you should never take side because those are the only people who get angry. Shut up your mouth. Don't talk about that one. Watch your mouth, watch your back, and the rest of that. So, once again, you are welcome. I don't know how you got to this platform. If this is your first time, second time, and somehow you are wondering, why is he wasting time to play music instead of him to just start talking? No, we don't do that here. Okay. As it is, right? When the entire conversation starts as well, remember, I am going to present them in a way that I am personally satisfied, right? That I have explained the situation to you beyond the headlines. So you can sit back and be like, I have never thought about it that way, Sha. Man, I've never seen it that way. Oh. Me, I saw the news, but I just never. So that's why some of the voluntary slaves usually come back to say, I am inciting the people to fight their oppressors. That's my sin. And I'm actually happy, okay, to be a sinner. Uh, a sinner that is also a liberator. There are so many people who agree with me. It is not because they agree with me all the time. It is because consciously, when you see things finally, you will make that decision and say, and there are those who don't like me they said I'm being cursive. They said I'm being petty sometimes. Sometimes they said I'm arrogant. I don't have respect. But you see all these titles they give to me, they are coming from people who secretly love their oppressors. Do you get that now? Because to them, there are some good people. There are some good Nigerian criminal politicians. And there are many Nigerians like that you can convince that if you want to know who is good at all, just take a look at what they are involved in and what they are doing and how much their actions affected you. If you want to be honest, and if you don't understand how their actions and inactions affect you, that's where I come in, because I will explain it to you. Even if you are not the direct victim, there's possibility that I can put you in that frame, in a frame that will be like, you can feel what the real victims are feeling. And if you don't want that for yourself, they'll go say, I don't turn you to rebel. Which is, if that, if that makes me a criminal, then I'm willing to go to jail. But not in the hands of criminals like that. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria has been captured. And captured and being ruled with fear, threats, weaponized poverty. You see, these guys, what Nigeria has become, it is like a free-for-all. It's a free-for-all. If you have a chance of laying your hands on anything in Nigeria, you can steal it, you can hold it. Yeah, and I'll tell you how. You just need to belong to APC. Egbekegbe. Primarily, you have to belong to APC. Egbekegbe. You need to be a criminal. Somebody with a criminal record. Certified criminal. That's how you are going to fit into APC. Egbekegbe. But since they are also group of desperados, fraudsters, then they gaslight the people. Add that with fear mongering. People get so confused. They are hungry, don't forget. They are unsafe. So people are confused. In the midst of that confusion, right? You just watch them deplete your entire common patrimony. Then we come back and talk about it. Oh, that one stole 20 billion. This one stole 40 billion. Accountant general of the country, somebody who was supposed to just be handling documents and all of that, he managed to steal over 180 billion naira. How did he do it? He's not in jail. He was given a chieftaincy title, 3 chieftaincy titles in a single day by the Kano Emirates. Now, you have a system that totally rewards criminals. You understand? And you have an entire system that also rehabilitates criminals in a way. I'm talking about political criminals, looters, in such a way that they can recycle themselves, represent themselves again and again. And they do the same thing, even worse, again and again. But they never go to jail. Rather, somebody else will just come and they will say, I don't cross to PDP. The go say they don't appoint them here and there. People will scream. The next few years, this person has stolen again. And if you are worrying too much, he may just go on and become a governor somewhere. This is what Nigeria is. And they have the secret police that knows everything about everyone. They just don't act as secret agents as they are supposed to be, same way as everyone, unfortunately, right? So the story you are hearing this, you are about to hear this evening, is a very sad story. And I want you to please indulge me if I am going, once in a while, if I'm, taking a little bit of a stop here to explain something before going back. The man is Gandollar, the Babanriga Mobile Banking CEO of Kano. The kind of corruption, and I am only just using him as a point of contact now so that you can see, through him, I can take you to the hearts of what APC, Egbekegbe, stands for, and the character of people who are deciding the fate of millions of people. And then you can make up your own decision. I know some of you probably will jump to a conclusion. Don't jump to any conclusion yet. Nigeria have 36 states plus FCT Abuja. Nigeria is a place where, robbing Peter to pay Paul is the practice. It is actually the unity that they are talking about in Nigeria. So the structure that you currently have in Nigeria is the structure created by the northern oligarchy. The one that says northern Nigeria is more populated than southern Nigeria. However, since it is a system of robbing Peter to pay Paul, to sustain Paul, right? It is the theory of a rich wife and a very poor and lazy husband. They brag about these narratives, by the way. That is the unity of Nigeria they talk about. The moment there is nothing to share, the moment there is a divorce between the rich wife and the poor husband, the rich southern wife and a very poor, lazy, wretched northern husband, they are married. They said it is for better, for worse. This lazy northern husband lives off the hardworking, wealthy southern wife. It won't add to the household income per se. Rather, it adds to the consumption of the family. It costs the family more fortune on things that could be totally prevented. This is the narrative of Nigeria. And from that narrative, right, that is where Kano State comes in. Kano State is considered the most populated state in Nigeria with 44 local government areas. The supposed richest state by contribution, where they rob Peter. The richest Peter is Bayelsa with just 8 local government areas. Now, the theory of poor husband, 44 local government areas that ordinarily cannot survive on his own. Kano is the richest in northern part of Nigeria. Kano is like their own Lagos, kind of. Or your own Aba and Port Harcourt, sort of. So the person that became the governor of Kano State used to be a member of House of Representatives of National Assembly at that time, right? Kano State has one of the highest number of the poorest people in Nigeria. They currently have over 3.2 million by their own UNESCO record. Over 3 million out of school children in Kano alone, Kano State alone. Then a guy became governor of the state, Gandollar. The Babanriga Mobile Banking CEO opened shop on the entire people of Kano. There was no water. But you know, the easiest way for Nigerian politicians to loot their people's money and launder the money is You see, they hire they hire foreign contractors to come and help them build roads, bridges. They don't really have to complete the roads and bridges. People just need to see them building road and bridges, possibly to nowhere, so that you can take kickback. It's easier. A kilometer of road that should ordinarily cost, for example, that should ordinarily cost $1 million. No, $1 million, it should be more than, okay. Let's say 10 kilometer of road that should cost about $1 million, for example. These guys will allocate $1 million for each kilometer. That 10 kilometer, they will award $10 million for that. That means they could build that same 10 kilometer with $1 million, Abi, and still make $9 million. Now that is where the kickback comes in. So at the end of the day, the road may not be completed. And if it's ever completed, right, half of the money they said they wanted to budget for it will be in their private pocket. It was caught sometime collecting a bribe. This guy collected $5 million bribe. He rejected Naira bribery. He was awarding contract, of course, because allocation was coming from Abuja every month. Okay. They were allowed to borrow money in the name of Nigeria and just say you need the money, you want to do something. So the World Bank and the rest, they will have access to borrow money everywhere during that time, and the money they will squander. So for 8 years, Gandollar stole over 100 billion naira. That is the one they found so far. His wife stole over 20 billion naira. How did wife of a governor have access to steal public money? How? Don't forget, it is a crime scene. It is the criminal's den. All they had to do is just, the husband was governor. All they had to do is just put structure in place. But they opened 44 bank accounts for 44 local government areas in Kano State, that the woman was drawing over 100 million naira every month for 8 years. And that is just from local government. Others, from ministries, from, it was a looting bazaar. And these people are Muslims. They were supposed to be Muslims. Normal Sharia. I think Sharia says they were supposed to be stoned to death. But then be rich thieves. Okay? If you see both husband and wife serve, Baba, ish. You won't know that these are the people who looted over 100 billion naira from their people in Kano State. Somebody said if they use that 100 billion naira, if they use the 20 billion naira, local government money found in his wife's account, if they use that 20 billion to build schools across the 44 local government areas of Kano, that means each local government area will have 2 brand new primary schools. And I'm not talking one classroom or go to local government and build one. No. They said at the rate of, 300 million naira. At the rate of 300 million naira, they will be able to build a complete primary schools, classrooms, staff room, kitchen, restaurant, principal's office, or whatever. All those, they will be able to build that. No corruption, minus corruption. And 44 local government areas in Kano, they will get 88 brand new primary schools, brand new from afresh. And guess what? That 88 brand new primary schools will take more than 500,000 school children out of the streets. If they now sequence it, they likely take more than 1 million children out of the streets and put them in classrooms. Now imagine what 100 billion would have done. So during the protest, they said protesters have stolen the documents of the investigation because they started the corruption case against the Gandollar. in Kano. Not even EFCC this time, because his case with the EFCC has been sort of buried, like that of Yeye Bello. So what happened? Gandollar was rewarded with the position of the APC, Egbekegbe's national chairman. The dollar man, he became the national chairman of APC. After Tinubu removed Abdullahi Adamu. Remember Abdullahi Adamu?